Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to another nice class. I'm super happy that you're here. And today's class is inspired by the element space. So we're just going to look for all this kind of space in our body, creating space also. In the weekend is really nice and helpful to start again the rest of the day. Just like it's nice to create some space in the body. It will help you to start, to have that reset button again, to have a new start. So let's see what this class will bring us. So come to a comfortable seat and we start with a small meditation. Lengthening the spine, relaxing the jaws. Feeling the two sitting bones firm into the floor or on maybe a pillow if you're sitting on something. And from that firm base, from that heavy feeling, from your sitting bones connected with the earth. See if you can bring some lightness, finding lightness in the spine all the way up, up, up towards the top of the head. The element of earth will be on the base of the spine, and the element of space will be really on the top of the spine. It's where we connect with the universe, where we can connect with everything around us, what we cannot understand with the mind, with the rational mind. And space is also connecting all the other elements. It's also the place where all the other elements can exist. If there's no space, we cannot be. If you would only work on the element of space, you cannot really, you're just moving in space. So you need a certain kind of groundness to make connection with the higher chakras. If we would only concentrate on the head, you know maybe how that feels. If you would only live in your head, you don't feel any ground. You're just doing something, but you have no idea what and why. So feel that grounding before we're going to move in space. Take some moments to acknowledge where you are. Where is life challenging you? What feels good? What feels sweet and nice? How is your body feeling? How is your emotional body and your energetic body? You feel a lot of energy running through your body, or is it quiet and still? And of course, everything in between. Bringing both hands together in front of your heart. And maybe if you want, set your own personal wish or intention for this class. And slowly lifting up the head, lengthening the spine. And I wanted to start with 3 ohms, but just relax your arms for a moment. I wanted to, normally when we sing or chant Om, it's a mix of 3 letters. It's the A, the U, and the M. What just get completely mixed into each other, and then it makes it the sound of Om. But actually it's a, o, so it's aum, aum. And these three letters, it says that there are the three first sounds of the universe. And from these three sounds, we can make any sound. The a is a little bit the aha, the understanding one, or the surprising one. The oo is more the excited one, like, ooh, I'm excited, ooh. And the is very nice. It's the enjoying, the delicious one. And from all these three sounds, they say they can make all the sounds. So it's quite nice. And also every letter is more connected to one part of your body. And just see if you can feel that vibration through the body. So let's make 3 aums, so 3 ohms, but really see if we can pronounce today the a, the oo, and the So are you joining me? Let's do this. Just breathe normal, closing the eyes. And then exhale completely, all the air out. Breathe in. So feel the vibration of the aums. So the a sound, you could feel more into the belly area. It's really vibrating into this belly area. The oo is more vibrating into the heart, the chest area. And the is more vibrating into the throat area. So whenever you have time, maybe practicing vibrating with the sound of the most famous mantra, Aum. So take a deep breath in, reach the arms up. And on an exhale, hands in front of your heart. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale, really finding length, stretch the arms, stretch the side of the body. And exhale, feel the ground. Inhale, find light, moving into space. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. And then place the hands in front of you and just move yourself forward into a forward fold. Maybe shake a little bit your head, left and right. And maybe you want to move a bit over towards the right. Feel maybe a stretch in the back of the body. Maybe move also over towards the left. Very small, very gentle movements. You can round the spine, you can really let go and hang. Just how your body likes to hang. Slowly walk your hands back towards your feet again and then interlock the fingers behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades, opening up the chest. For 1 breath, look up, opening up the throat area. And then bringing the chin back down, lengthening the back of the neck. And And slowly release. Come off the pillow or block if you were sitting on. And then just straighten out the legs. Place your hands on top of your legs and just give them a nice little rub. Massaging the legs. The knees, the ankles, the feet, the calf muscles. Of course, you can also bend your knees if you want. And then lean a bit backwards and start to move your knees up and down. And then move your legs over from right till left. Just shake your feet, your ankles, and your femur bone into your hip socket. And then start to make big circles with your ankle joint. Move the other direction. Free flow, dance your ankles. Beautiful ankle dance. And then only your toes, let your toes dance, let your toes move into space. And then come into a pose of a child. Come into an extended child pose. So you walk your fingers a bit forward, come high on top of your fingers, and bring your ears exactly in between your arms. And then walk your arms a bit forward while you're pushing your hips backward. Inhale deep through the nose. Exhale out with a sigh. And then walk your 2 cup fingers or little spiders over towards the left side. Keep your ears in between your arms until you feel a nice stretch. And some of you even want to bring the right hand on top of the left hand. Inhale deep through the nose here. And out with a sigh. And then walk your 2 cup fingers or little spiders back towards the center. Give yourself a nice stretch here. And then walk your hands over towards the right. Feeling a nice stretch on the left side. And maybe you want to bring your left arm over the right or on top of the right. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And out with a sigh. And then slowly come back now. Maybe bend your elbows a bit so you can really relax your arms a bit more. And your forehead is on the floor. You're making the connection with your 6th sense. It's the 3rd eye, the 6th chakra. It's the place of knowing beyond understanding. From here, you actually lift up your hips and you roll over to your head, all the way to the top of the head towards the crown, the 7th chakra. You're stretching your neck here. And then slowly roll yourself back, weight into the hips, down, back towards the 3rd eye, in between the eyebrows. And do this a couple of times. So you're rolling forward and backwards over your head. And I hope you don't have your hair maybe in some kind of ponytail, because that can be a bit in the way. Just rolling forwards and backwards, lifting up your hips, lowering down the hips again, massaging the forehead and the head, and the space between the 6th and the 7th chakra, related to the element of space. Okay, release. Now relax into your child pose. Maybe you want to bring your arms alongside your body. Just make it more comfortable and breathe. One last deep breath in this pose. And then very slowly come up into all fours, hands and knees. And just make a couple of nice circling movements parallel towards the floor. So moving your shoulders over the wrist, left before in front of the wrist. So making big circles parallel towards the floor. And then moving also the other direction. And then let your spine move spontaneous, bending maybe the arms, the elbows, free flow, moving into space. And see if you can slowly make some more space in between, yes, joints, muscles, connective tissue. And then come back towards the center, all fours, then tucking the toes and lift up into a downward facing dog. And bend one knee, try to straighten the other, walk the dog on its spot. And then you can bend both knees, look between your hands, slowly come all the way forward. And just hang here into a forward fold. If you want to softening the knees or bend your knees, really do so. Just let your head hang heavily down, so the direction of your seventh chakra is now towards the floor. Maybe move a bit left and right, make some funny faces, contracting, releasing the facial muscles here. Letting go of the masks, letting go of the roles, and just be here. Slowly roll yourself up, just one vertebra at a time. Take your time, slowly, slowly. It's Saturday morning after all. And then when you're up, just move a bit left and right, balancing onto your 2 feet. And then bring your hands in front of your heart. And then on your next in-breath, reach your arms up. On an exhale, forward fold and down. Inhale, halfway up. And on an exhale, bringing the right foot back, lowering down that right knee and come into your low lunge. Reaching the arms up and settle down into your lunge. And then interlock the fingers behind your back. Take a deep breath in, opening up the chest, breathe. Then release both hands on either side of your left foot. Slide your left foot all the way upwards and back. And stay here and hold into a 3-legged downward facing dog. Pushing the left heel away. Pushing the right heel down to the floor. Pull the navel in. Strong arms. Breathe. Relaxing the face. 3 times abdominals movement forward and backwards. Inhale, push yourself backwards. Exhale, come all the way forward, knee to the nose, nose to the knee. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the core muscles. Inhale, lengthening. And exhale, rounding the spine. And then place your left foot next towards the right. Take a deep breath in, wave, flow, plank towards a plank. So lifting up the heels, come forward. And then bring the knees to the floor and shift the weight into the hips, child pose. Stay low and towards the floor, and then bring your stomach to the floor as well. Take a deep breath in, cobra. And then weight back into the hips, child pose. Slowly come back up. Spread the fingers wide, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Let's do that again. Inhale, wave plank forward, lifting up the heels, flow forward. Then bringing the knees down and come into a pose of a child. Stay really nice and low to the floor and come into stomach pose. Inhale, cobra. And exhale back into your child pose. And then tucking the toes back into downward facing dog. One more time on your own. Breathe. Wave plank. Knees, child pose. Any version of cobra or upper facing dog, what suits your body, is perfect. And then back into child pose. And then we meet into downward facing dog. Lifting up the left leg, bringing that left foot forward in between the hands and come up into a high lunge. Inhale deep, exhale angel wings. After all, we are an angel. And if I'm thinking of space, I'm thinking of an angel. One more time. Let's do one more. And then bringing both hands down and step your right foot forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold and down. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold and down. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, the left foot back. Lowering down that left knee and come into your lunge position. Interlace the fingers behind your back and maybe take the other interlock. Really squeeze the shoulder blades, opening up the chest and release. And then bringing both hands on either side of your right foot. Slide that right foot all the way back and up and stay into a 3-leg downward facing dog. Breathe. And then also here 3 times this core strength. Inhale deep. Exhale, bring your right knee all the way forward. Maybe kiss your own right knee. Then backwards again and forwards again. Moving the shoulders all the way backwards and forward. And then placing the right foot next towards your left foot. Inhale, heels up, wave plank forward. And then knees to the floor, child pose. Stay really low towards the floor in any version or cobra or upper facing dog. Shoulders away from your ears, back into child pose. Then lift yourself up, downward facing dog. 2 more times of this wave flow. Heels up, wave plank forward. Knees to the floor, child pose. Move yourself as close to the floor onto your stomach, shoulder blades towards each other, and child pose. Then tucking the toes back into downward facing dog. And then lifting up the right leg, bringing that right foot forward in between the hands and come up into a high lunge. Inhale, squeeze the arms, angel wings. Inhale, arms up, squeeze and let the shoulder blades really move towards each other. 2 more times, breathe. Lengthening and fly like an angel. 1 more time. I'm bringing both hands down on either side of your right foot and step forward again. Inhale halfway, exhale, forward fold and down. Inhale, come all the way up and exhale, hands in front of your heart. Separate your feet, hip distance apart. Inhale, arms up and exhale, bend over towards the right. Inhale up and exhale, bend over towards the left. And then hold with your right hand your left wrist. Inhale, find length and exhale, twist. Then maybe slightly bend your right knee, placing the left leg behind you and twist even deeper into this standing Bananasana pose. And then come back, other side, take with your left hand your right wrist, finding length, and then bend sideways. And maybe bend your left knee a little bit so your right knee can really come into the back of the knee and find even more of that stretch on the side of your body. Slowly come back and release the arms. Maybe make a couple of shoulder rolls here. Excuse me, I'm really don't find the right spot for my microphone today. Just keep on rolling with your shoulders forward, backwards, while I'm just playing a little bit with the microphone here. Let's see if this is working. And start to make big circles with your arms forward, backwards. Nice. It's not working. Okay, I'm just leaving it like this. So big circles with your arms to the front. And big circles with your arms to the back. Okay, and then let's come to the front of the mat. Well, I think you were still there. I'm going to the front of the mat, hands in front of your heart. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms up, and exhale, forward fold and down. Inhale, halfway up, and exhale the right leg back, lowering down that right knee. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms up, and exhale, sink down. And I'm placing the left hand on top of the left knee. And then just make some nice circling movements with your right arm. Just all kind of forms, directions, really creating space, keeping the balance. And then inhale, right arm up. And then hook the elbow to the outside of your left arm and place your hands into a Namaste prayer pose. Stay here or lift up that back heel, back knee and come into this full twist. And then slowly come back down, both hands on either side of your left foot. Slide your left foot all the way backwards and upwards, bending the left knee and opening up that hip. And then straighten the left leg again. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, bring that left foot all the way forward and come into a high lunge. Inhale deep, exhale, angel wings. Inhale, arms up. And on an exhale, come into a standing split. So all the weight is going to be on the left leg, lifting up the right. And then squeeze your core muscles, bend the right knee into the chest. And then find your balance, come all the way up, bringing your arms up as well. And then straighten out that right leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then bend the right knee, hands in front of your heart. and then move into a warrior 3 pose. If you want, any variation of your arms is perfect. Maybe keep your hands in front of your heart, maybe your arms to the front, and then make a step with your right foot all the way back into this lunge position and bringing your arms overhead. And then interlace the fingers behind your back. Oh, now I see. Oh, I'm really sorry. This microphone is in my way, in my space today. Interlock the fingers behind your back, opening up the chest, and then move forward into this forward, bringing your hands into your nose, in between your... Sorry, I'm so confused. My nose is bringing in the inside of my left foot. Okay, release, right hand down and twist your lunge. And then bringing the left hand down, and we move into pigeon pose here. So moving your left foot all the way to the outside of your right side of the mat. Be careful for the knee. Straighten the right leg. Come high on the top of your fingers. Inhale, finding length. And on an exhale, slowly move forward. Maybe stay here onto your lower arms. Maybe you want to go a little bit more forward even with your arms straight, or make a nice pillow with your lower arms and resting your forehead onto the arms. And then we have one more breath here. And slowly come up and then drop your weight onto your left buttocks. And then swing your right foot all the way over and come into this shoelace position with your right foot more or less next towards your left knee. If both sitting bones are not onto the floor, maybe you want to lift yourself up on a pillow or something. Right hand is behind you. Inhale, left arm up, and exhale, twist over towards the right. Every inhale, finding length, and every exhale, twist a tiny little bit deeper towards the right. Creating space in between every vertebrae. Feeling the space between the two breaths. And then slowly we counter twist all the way towards the left. Place the lower arms onto the floor. And then see if you can bring your chest, your heart, to the direction of the floor as well. So your right hip, your right buttocks are lift up from the floor. And slowly come up. Now keep your right ankle on top of your left thigh or your left knee. And here we are in this number 4 stretch. So maybe you want to bring your hips a tiny little bit more towards the heel and see if you can feel that stretch on the outer right hip. Finding length into the spine. And then make a little bit more space again. We're going to lift up. I don't care which position you have your hands, so choose any position of your hands and your wrist and fingers that works for you. Take a deep breath in and lift up. So you're still in this number 4. And then lift up your right leg up into the air. Breathe. And then place your right foot next towards your left. And then push yourself up into a squat and come to your toes. Keeping the balance onto your toes. Slowly move your arms forward and up, and at the same time you're going to straighten the legs, but keep your heels off the floor. And then you go down again, sinking, bending the knees, heels still off the floor. 2 more times, up and down. Breathe, keeping the balance. And 1 more time. Oops. And then slowly, come up 1 more time. And then you can place your hands in front of your heart and your feet flat onto the earth again. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold and down. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, the left foot back. Big step. Lowering down that left knee and bring your right hand on top of the knee. And just make nice circling movement with your left arm. Really open, creating space, moving in space. And maybe you at home don't have so much space, so you're hitting the wall with your left arm, or it's just... it's just raw. It is what it is. I'm having some issues with my microphone. Maybe you have some issues with your furniture at home. We're just moving in space. It is what it is. Okay, we're going to go for that twist. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, twist. Outside of your left elbow to the outside of your left knee, right knee. And then hands together, and if you want, stay here, or tucking the left toes and lifting up that left knee. Breathe. And slowly come out. Both hands on either side of your right foot. And then slide your right foot all the way backwards and upwards, spreading the fingers wide, pull the navel in, bend the right knee, and opening up the hip for down dog splits. And then we straighten the right leg again. Inhale deep. On an exhale, bringing that right foot all the way forward and come into a high lunge. Inhale deep, exhale 1 time, angel wings. And then arms up. From here we're moving into a balance pose, standing split, up your go. All the weight into your right leg, lifting up that left leg. And then bending the left knee towards the chest. And pull the navel in, arms up. And straighten the left leg forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bend it. And move into a warrior 3 by pushing this left leg straight back. Hands can be in any version. I have my hands into a namaste prayer pose in front of my heart because I feel I'm not really focused today, so it helps me to focus. But if you want, you can move your arms in space, fly around, breathe. Make a big step, left leg back, and here we are in a high lunge again. Interlace my fingers, interlace the fingers behind the back, opening up the chest and move forward with my nose to the direction of my inner ankle. Release the hands, left hand down, twist open, right arm up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. And then the right hand goes down, and from here we're moving into pigeon. So move your right foot to the outside of your mat, to the left side. Be careful for the knee. Come really high on top of your fingers and come forward and down. Finding a stretch on the outer right glutes. Breathe. So make sure you can still breathe in this pose. Don't make it any fight here. And give yourself one more last deep breath here. And then slowly we come out, bringing the weight towards the right buttocks and swing your left foot all the way over. I didn't say that on the other side, but of course if this is really like science fiction not working for your body, just straighten out the leg, the right leg here. It's also totally cool. So we're moving into a twist, left hand behind you, right arm up, and with length we're twisting over towards the left side. Every inhale finding length, and every exhale twist a tiny little bit deeper. Relaxing the face, the eyes. And then we counter twist all the way towards the other side. And then place the lower arms onto the floor. And squeeze the navel towards the floor. And come up, but keep your left ankle on top of your right knee. And then we're here in this number 4 stretch. You can just adjust your heel and your buttocks towards each other, finding length into the spine until you feel that stretch on the outer left thigh, left hip, left leg. And then come out a little bit, change maybe the position of your hands and lift up into an all-fours position or a reverse tabletop. And then straighten out the left leg up into the air. Breathe. And slowly placing the left foot back and then come into a seat. Come to the front of your mat. And then hold the shin bones or your knees and find length, extending the spine. And then rounding the spine. So it's like a seated cat and cow pose. Inhale, really finding length. And exhale, rounding. A couple of more times. You can stay here, or if you want, you can roll backwards. You can make a really nice roll, and then when you come back, you extend again. On an exhale, you roll, Inhale, extend. And you can stay here, or if you want, you can either come towards your feet, round and length. Maybe towards a squat, see what's working for your body. And then one more time, and then come towards a standing posture. Very good. So finding the balance on both legs. And then we're moving into tree pose, Frikasana. Finding both the weight into the right leg, lifting up the left. And then opening up that hip. Maybe place the toes on the floor and the heel against your inner leg. Hands in front of your heart. Or find a spot onto your calf muscle, the thigh, or your inner groin. So I hope you at home have more balance than me today, because I don't know what's in the energy today, but I'm all over the place. So I already said it in the other pose. When I feel this kind of I'm all over the place, I'm keeping my hands by my heart when I practice. So if you feel like me, then stay here. If you don't feel like me and you really want to opening up the arms, then go for it. Enter more the space, because this is really the space element. Here you want to move. But if you feel like, I actually need more of the element of earth, then even when you, wanted to teach an element space class, you cannot figure it out with the mind or plan this kind of things. Energy is changing really quickly. You see, now I feel already more steady. So sometimes I start with my hands in front of my heart, but then I just, when you let it go, you're like, there my stable, my English is still really all over the place. I'm sorry. Okay, slowly come all the way out. And let's close the eyes for a moment. Both legs steady onto the floor. Feel the difference between your left and your right side. Opening up the eyes, and let's go to Frikasana, other side. All the balance into your left foot, lifting up the right. Build it up slowly. And then choose any version of your arms that suits your body and suits your energy today. If you have your arms up, maybe you even want to look up, opening up the chest a little bit more. And feel how your left ankle is constantly searching for its center. And very slowly, if you have your arms up, bringing your arms back towards the heart center. And then gently come out of this pose. Feel again, feel both legs, feel the difference maybe between left and right. Release any tension in your hands, your fingers, your shoulders. And then bringing your hands in front of your heart again. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms up, and exhale, forward fold and down. Inhale, halfway up, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, high heels, wave plank forward. Knees to the floor, weight into the hips, child pose. Inhale, really stay low towards the floor. Inhale for cobra or upper facing dog. And exhale back into a pose of a child. From here, come to all fours. And then come towards a seat with your legs to the front. Take a deep breath in, arms overhead. And exhale, forward fold and down. Every inhale, find a little bit more length and space. And every exhale, sink a tiny little bit deeper. Relaxing the neck, relaxing the jaw, the face. But keep the legs active. Keep growing. Keep searching for space. And then slowly come out. Then bending the right knee, the heel close towards the sitting bones and opening for seated tree pose or Janu Sirsasana. Inhale, find length and exhale, fold forward over your left leg. And then see if you can bring your right hand somewhere on the outside of your left foot or left leg. Inhale, right arm up and move your right arm all the way backwards and lift up into a mini wild thing. And then lowering down the hips. Inhale, right arm up and move it all the way towards the outside of your left leg. Inhale, open. And move back. Right arm on the outside of your left leg or left foot. So make this flow a couple of times on your own. But it's really lifting up the hip, creating space, flying, moving, twisting, forward fold and opening into a side stretch or a back bend. Breathe. And then one last time. And then slowly come back. And then we move over towards the other side. So bending the left knee, bringing the left heel close towards your left sitting bone and opening up that hip. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold forward over your right straight leg. And then see if you can bring your left hand somewhere on the outside of your right leg or right foot. Then bringing that left arm up, bringing that left hand behind you and open into a mini wild thing. Lowering down the hips and wave your left arm towards the outside of your right leg. Inhale up and open. Move and flow a couple of times like this. Left arm to the outside of your right leg and the left arm behind you and lift up. Flow into space. And one last time. come back towards the seat. And then come lay down onto your back. Just stay here, massaging the lower back. Placing the hands on top of the knees. Maybe make some nice circling movements. And then hold only the right knee. Squeeze your right knee into the chest while you straighten out the left leg over the floor. And then change, so straighten out the right leg and interlace the fingers around your left knee and squeeze that left knee into the chest. And then both knees into the chest again. Take a deep breath in and squeeze, lift up your nose and see if you can stick the nose in between your knees. Make yourself very small. And release. One more time, inhale deep. Exhale, squeeze and lift up. Make yourself very small, like a little ball. And then release. And then straighten the legs out, both legs out. Now let's bend the knees. And then place the feet hip distance apart. And see if you can touch the back of your heels with your fingers. Take a deep breath in, lift up your hips. And at the same time, lift up your arms as well. And then lowering down the hips and lowering down the arms as well. Let's do this 5 times. So inhale, really lift up, and exhale, lowering down. Inhale up, arms up, hips up, and exhale 2 more times. And then 1 more time up, lifting up the hips. And then stay here. Lift up your hips a little bit higher. Arms are still overhead, next towards your ears. And then very slowly lowering down 1 vertebrae at a time, your spine back towards the floor. And then straighten out the legs. Your arms are still overhead. And then really push the heels away. And as if you want to grab something behind you, really find length, length, length all around your whole body. And release. Again, lengthening, lengthening, pushing the heels away. Grab something that's just out of reach behind you. And release. And then bringing both arms alongside your body and stay here in Shavasana. Separate your feet, your legs a tiny little bit. Make sure they can relax from each other individually. Make sure there's enough space between your arms and your body, so your armpits can breathe. Slowing down, slowing down. Very slowly moving your fingers, your toes, the ankles, the wrists. Activating the breath. Send your in-breath to every cell of your body. Make yourself ready for a beautiful day. On an inhale, reach your arms overhead. Give yourself a full body stretch. And then bringing the knees into the chest. And then roll onto your favorite side. And then slowly come back towards the seat. And bringing both hands together in front of your heart. And bow your head towards your heart. Creating space for yourself is the best present you can give yourself. And giving others around you space to be themselves, to learn in their own way, is also your biggest present you can give to someone else. Slowly lifting up the head, let's finish with one ow. Exhale completely all the air out, out, out. Take a deep breath in. And bow to that inner wise teacher of you. Om Bolo Shri Satguru Bhagavan Gi Jai. The only teacher of truth is that teacher inside of you. And bow to that teacher. And then slowly come out of this practice again. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this class, and hope to see you very soon. Bye bye.